So there seems to be this ever-increasing anger towards Blizzard almost all the time, it seems like. And when it comes to their seasonal content for Diablo 4, there's no difference there. Inside this upset seems to be two camps, per usual. One that understands fundamental game mechanics when it comes to ARPGs, and the other that just seem to hate playing the video game altogether. And I can tell you right now that this video is very much an opinion piece on the former. Now, over the last few weeks here, or last week or so, we've been seeing an ever-increasing amount of puff pieces by the media complaining to no end at all about the way that seasons are going to work in Diablo 4, or, if you think about it, pretty much every ARPG that has ever existed. Now, before I get into that, I kind of want to talk about what Season 1 or what the seasons of Diablo 4 are going to look like. We are going to create a brand new character when it comes to the seasonal realm, seasonal content. We are going to get a season which will provide us with new game mechanic of some kind. We don't know what that is yet. We're going to get new loot. We're going to get new enemies, etc., etc. There are going to be a few things that we're going to be able to bring over with us when this season officially starts. And that is going to be, one, the statues of Lilith. All of that renown progress we are going to be able to keep. The other thing that we are going to be able to keep is the areas discovered renown as well. All of that is going to travel with us as soon as we create a new character on the seasonal realm. So what that means effectively is basically when you create a brand new character, you are going to have the roughly the first 2 levels of renown for each location completed. You are going to, I think you're going to be able to, I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on this. You're going to either be able to choose to play the campaign or skip the campaign, which is, the campaign skip. Pretty cool feature. I would be remiss to say that I have a character that I created on campaign skip, and it almost seems like the leveling is way slower. So I would definitely say that I'm going to be playing the campaign 100%. So that is what we know for sure. We're going to be able to carry over Lilith Renown. We're going to be able to carry over Area Discovered Renown, which is going to be about enough to get the first 2 Renown levels of each location. So we're going to be able to start with some skill points, at least, right? I'm not a big fan of the Renown grind. In fact, I haven't even completed it on the Eternal Realm because I figured we were going to have to do it in Season 1. So I just didn't bother. I got all the statues of Lilith and I got all the areas discovered, and that's just the way it's going to be. That's the way I'm going to keep it because, honestly, I don't feel like doing the Renown right now and then doing it again later. I think that people have a very valid point when it comes to the Renown levels. Absolutely dumb. Once you've unlocked it on a character, make it account bound, make it account wide. I don't want to have to go do these stupid side quests over and over again. So I'm totally on board with your argument when it comes to that. Where your argument falls apart, in my opinion, is when we start talking about having to create new characters on the seasonal realm. Actually, let me backtrack real quick. When it comes to Battle Pass progress, I also believe that players that don't want to actually enjoy the game or don't want to actually play the game should be able, if they're willing to pay the $10, they should be willing to progress the Battle Pass on the Eternal Realm. I think Asmongold said it best. If there is a challenge on the Battle Pass to kill 20 of said brand new enemy for the season, let the Eternal Realm players change it to kill 20 bandits or something else like that. But yeah, so I think the argument completely falls apart when you say, oh, we don't want to create brand new characters for the season. I think that's dumb. Effectively, this is how ARPGs have always worked. This is a basic, core, fundamental ARPG mechanic. Right now, my foray into this all started with Forbes content creator Paul Tassi uploading a video complaining about the seasonal content being locked behind a seasonal realm within the game. Now, he argues that just because this is the way it's always been doesn't mean that that's the way that it should be. And I would beg to differ with that greatly. And I would like to ask Paul in the comments down below, what the hell are you doing inside Diablo, right? He says he's got thousands of hours in Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, not playing the seasons, not creating new characters. I would kindly ask Paul to let me know in the comments down below, what are you doing in the game? What is there absolutely to do in the game after you get your max level character? Besides sitting in town, holding hands with the other people that don't want to create new characters, and waiting for an expansion pack that might be 2 years down the road. Diablo 2, Diablo 3, Path of Exile. When a new season comes out, you make a new seasonal character. It's the way it's always been. You play the season on a brand new character. The fundamental reason for seasonal characters and seasonal starts is that everyone starts on equal footing for the brand new mechanic, the new season, the new loot, all of that. Imagine you have a level 100 character and they just, for whatever reason, Blizzard decided, hey, we're just going to let you in to the new season. You're going to be completing that brand new season in no time. There's no challenge for you. At that point, you're effectively just being handed everything with little to no challenge. And frankly, I think that's dumb. The idea of ARPGs in general is the fundamental game design of replayability. The game is designed legitimately to be played over and over again. Not to just hit level 100 and sit in town with your buddies holding hands and doing nothing after beating Uber Lilith. Because honestly, you have no functional purpose left after you do that. After you beat Uber Lilith in the game, what do you actually have to do after that besides waiting for an expansion pack? Again, that might be 2 years down the road. Currently, we know that 2 expansion packs are in development for Diablo 4, and I would venture to guess that we are probably at least 2 years away from seeing any sort of marketing for that expansion. So you mean to tell me that you can have enough fun in this game just constantly running nightmare dungeons up till Uber Lilith, and then you beat her, and you are having enough fun in this game to say, yeah, I think I'm just going to call it here. I think this is good. I got, we got gear and we got the levels. What? So in a competing game, PoE or Path of Exile, because it seems like a lot of these comments and a lot of people that are angry are people that have just never played ARPGs before. Basically, in PoE, the seasons function by adding a mechanic in the form of a little mini game or a mini boss or an event out in the world. And then you play the season, you get new loot, they introduce new abilities, new spells. And so I guess to me, the idea that you get anything extra for just having a max character for seasonal mechanics is just a miss for me, to be honest. Now, in his video, Paul also mentions that there is no point in starting alts right now if you just have to start over. I would say that if you want to start an alt and level an alt, just start and level an alt. Play the game, enjoy the replayability. That's the point of the game. There's no reason to have to save specific classes that you've never played before as your seasonal character. Currently, in Eternal Realm, I play Sorceress. That is my class of choice. I have the most fun with that class right now. In Season 1, I can tell you, I'm going to play Sorceress. Why? Because I enjoy the class. And the point of the season is to start fresh with everyone else at the same time, enjoy the seasonal mechanics and the battle pass, and just play the game. This idea that you should only play a new character that you've never played before as your seasonal character is just weird to me. It just doesn't make any sense. And I'm not sure if these publications all feel this way legitimately or they're just baiting the rage with the clickbait articles, but honestly, this is not that big of a deal. It's not as big of a deal as people are making it out to be. Now, I understand if you're a casual player, which there was somebody on Twitter that posted that said, oh, I'm a dad and this and that, and I get that, but it's like, oh, I only have an hour a day to play and I'm only level 11. Brother, the game's been out for 3 weeks. I can go from 1 to 20 in an hour. What are you talking about, level 11? It's really not that hard to level, guys. It's really not that hard. But yeah, so I understand, you're a casual player. You want a way to keep your character and progress the seasonal battle pass. That I totally get. That I'm totally on board with, right? I think that if you are a casual player, you don't really want to do the seasonal stuff, but you still want to do the battle pass stuff. I certainly agree that there should be a way for you to progress your battle pass in Eternal Realm. Okay, I totally agree with that. But when it comes to seasonal content, I have to say, we should not be changing fundamental gameplay mechanics from a specific genre for the few. We absolutely should not. And there's people on Twitter, right? Shocker, I know, that are saying things like, oh, Blizzard is alienating 90% of their player base with this whole idea that you have to create new characters. Another tweet that I read said, Blizzard, 95% of your players are going to leave if you do not change this. Boys, You're the new ones here, man. We all knew what it was. We signed up for it. And I understand that there's a huge influx of new players coming into the genre because of Blizzard's marketing, but you have to understand that this is the fourth one. Man, this is number 4. If you didn't know what it was after 4, come on. Diablo 2, Diablo 3. This is how it's always been. If you didn't look into it, I mean, I can't help you. There's no helping. There's a reason that the campaign can be completed in 8 to 11 hours. There just is. It's because the game is meant to be replayed. And I would even go as far to say that the game doesn't even start in Eternal Realm. This is preseason. This is warm-up. The game for me, and for most of us ARPG players, will officially begin when Season 1 begins. And we have to start the new character. When the new ladder comes out and the race begins to go through the new mechanics and the gameplay and the new loot and enemies and the battle pass. And you gotta understand, there's no ill will or hate to the casual player that just wants to play one character, but you have to understand, man, that these games, one character is like 50 hours of gameplay and you're done. That's it. It's over. If you don't make a new character, you literally have nothing to do. You can go PvP in the Fields of Hatred, although I would definitely beg Blizzard to add some battlegrounds or some match-made PvP, because honestly, Fields of Hatred is excellent, but sometimes it's just empty. This video is just an opinion from a longtime ARPG player, the way that it has always been played, a fundamental mechanic of the genre. If you can't handle the fire, get out of the kitchen. Meaning, if this isn't something that you enjoy, then this isn't the genre for you. Plain and simple. Point blank, period. And again, when it comes to Battle Pass progress, I certainly believe that there should be a way to progress that within Eternal. But when it comes to seasonal mechanics, new enemies, new loot, new whatever they add for Season 1, new quest lines, seasonal gameplay as a whole should remain on a seasonal ladder or a seasonal realm. Just the way that just the way it's been forever. There's a reason for that. It's because it works. I can almost promise you that everybody, I said that weird. I can almost promise you that everybody that is upset about this, just give it a chance, okay? Just do it once and see how you feel. Because honestly, it doesn't take that long to get up there in levels, okay? I work a full-time job. I have a wife and a family, okay? I get to play a little more than an hour a day, but the game came out on the 6th. As of recording this, it is the 24th, and I have a level 70, 2 more level 60 pluses, and a 45. It's really not that hard. Ultimately, we just want everybody to enjoy the game, but a sad truth to that is that the genre isn't for everybody. This type of game isn't for everybody. And I don't know if that's Blizzard's fault for, you know, marketing it this way. But again, this is number 4, man. If we didn't know it at this point in time, I don't know if there's any help, to be honest. But again, that's just my opinion. Just my opinion on the matter. If you are totally against this, I would love to know why in the comments down below. Some reasoning, right? I don't want to argue with anybody. I just want to provide my opinion and how I feel about the situation. And again, if you're totally for it as well, I would also like to, you know, have a discussion with you in the comments down below. So leave a comment down below. Guys, that's a video. If you liked it, which a lot of people probably didn't, but like it, subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.